boot, 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 bobbing along.
Hi, we're Stuart and Emmie, and we're childfree after infertility. So we decided to change our life plans and moved on to a narrowboat. We're sharing our adventures here, and you're welcome to join us.
So, unexpectedly cruising a bit sooner than we planned. It's actually the next day, the day after Stu's birthday. We just need to push on a little bit. We're still worried about the engine. We want to get as close to Hill Marina as we can. But also, Granny's a bit unwell. We want to get to visit her, so we need to get to a train station. So, pushing on. I do see it.
Look at it's all around.
Oh yeah. We haven't filmed a lot on this cruise, but we've done 3 locks and quite a few miles, and we're coming up to Shardlow now, so hopefully there will be somewhere to moor. It sounds like it might be a bit of a popular place, so no idea what the mooring's going to be like. We'll see what we find. We found a beautiful mooring in amongst the cow parsley just out of town, I think. So we'll walk into town, but first we're going to eat. We've got leftover sausages and buns from the barbecue last night, so I'm just going to prep those up.
Yours has what?
Floor sausage.
Thank you.
As long as you don't mind a bit of nature, there's loads of beautiful moorings around Shardlow. Boop! So exciting news. I've got COVID. All through the pandemic, I managed to not get COVID. And even when we moved on to Annie and Emmie almost immediately got COVID, I didn't get it. And now, which is a little surprising because we've mostly just been in the middle of nowhere for no real reason, and haven't really gone very many places. Except London for a brief spell. I've got COVID. Although the timing wasn't great, at least we were in an absolutely stunning spot to be ill. We'd only intended to spend a couple of days here and then move on to Hill Marina, but we were a little bit early, which was good because we both caught COVID and we ended up spending over a week in this spot. But again, it was gorgeous. What?
Do a dog.
I don't think you can see it. Woof, woof, woof. I think I can do it better if I can work out how the sun works.
Hi guys.
Good morning. Don't we look like the picture of health?
We're both recovering from COVID. So we haven't really filmed for a week because we've just been ill for a week. And now we've got like 2 days to get to Red Hill Marina for the blacking, and our cassettes are almost full. So even though today is rainy and we're not really better, we're going to have to move today.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Being ill in the middle of nowhere when you don't really know anybody isn't ideal.
This is definitely a downside to our slight preference for remote mooring spots.
I don't know if I have a slight preference for that. I like just the mix. I like moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unlucky that we literally are in the middle of nowhere. We ran out of paracetamol, and it was lucky that actually by chance my parents were visiting Granny, so they were able to come back, because they actually live how many miles away?
Quite far.
Like 3 hours?
Yeah.
But they were visiting Granny, so they were able to drop by with a bag of food and paracetamol on their way to Granny's yesterday. Yeah, not quite with it. Got a few locks to do. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, gentle.
Yeah, gonna try and be as gentle as possible, because we want to get over this, because we're also meant to be in London this weekend and just don't know if that's actually feasible. Hello, roof duck. How are you feeling, Stu?
Knackered already. Drained. I haven't had COVID before, and year before, when Emmy was ill when we first moved onto the boat, I didn't get it, and I falsely thought I was immune to it. I know now I'm not immune. I am COVID's dog body, and we give full respect to COVID. My sincerest apologies. Please release me.
Pretty tired. One lock was quite exhausting.
We've got another 3 or 4 to go. Well done.
There's lots of cow parsley, and a teeny weeny bird just popped out of it and then popped back in and popped out and popped in as I was on my way back to the boat. So that was a really lovely moment. I wish I could have shared that with you visually. They all look fuzzy.
Red light shows it's not recommended for craft to proceed beyond this point due to the flood conditions.
No red lights, that's good.
Coming up for our second lock, the Derwent lock. This is where the Derwent River joins the Trent, and the Trent and Mersey Canal terminates effectively, and this is the start of the Trent navigation, I guess it's called. I'm making that up. The River Trent.
Oh, hi!
Such fluffy heads.
We're on the River Trent, I think.
Or Trent navigation, yeah.
Is that not the same? Well, anyway, we're not on the Trent and Mersey anymore.
Hooray!
Possibly the Trent. Woo!
The River Derwent was actually about to go into flood, and we took this corner far too tight to the bank, but I think I panicked a little seeing the other boat coming towards us. Fortunately, we didn't ground or anything, so no harm. Can you look at that sign, please?
Don't go in the weir.
So helpful. I don't even know what that means. We're going under the M1, and I don't know why I'm excited about it, but I am. We've been under it before as well, I think.
This is a flood lock, and it's all just open, so that's great. One less lock than we thought we had to do.
Generally, floodlocks are open. They're usually only shut when the river is going to go into flood to protect other sections of the waterways. So here this floodlock would be to protect Sorley Cut and the marina here as well. We didn't know this at the time, but on the day we cruised we actually had about a month's worth of rain. So these floodlocks were about to be closed.
Cormorant!
This is kind of awesome, if a little terrifying. There are some massive boats that I watched coming up this way after I emptied the toilets.
Yeah, we've just done the services.
The people, the lockies told us that this is most likely going to be closed tomorrow because it's going to rain for a couple of days. So this was our only opportunity.
So thank goodness we took it.
Yeah. I feel quite stressed, but it's also quite beautiful, and there's cormorants, which are one of my favourite water birds, so I might be a bit nervous and tired because I made so many silly mistakes
At
the lock. I crashed when we came in, I banged on the side quite bad. I then came into the lock really far away from the landing inside the lock and hit the lock gate, which was really good. Just much panicking and flapping in front of 3 CRT volunteers. It's good.
Right, the big junction is coming up. We have to go right, not right and then accidentally down a weir, right and then righty, right.
And then we want to veer to the left, I think, because that's where the lock landing is for the
Marina.
Yeah, Red Hill lock.
Okay.
And the marina. So we'll pull up there and find out what we need to do. Boop. Hey folks, we're in a marina, sort of. I mean, we are in a marina. We made it to Red Hill Marina. We haven't swapped out Annie for a Dutch barge. That's another boat. She's just here. We got to the marina. We come through the floodlock there, and then we just, as soon as we, like Tom from the boat painters, sort of put us on this spot, and then once we were settled and we were here, we just passed out. We were so tired. We're now in, and everything seems to be fine. It's pretty quiet. We're moored against this massive pole. The reason they've got these massive poles in is because this stretch of river, this is the River Soar, I think, and it's quite prone to flooding. You can see we're about an inch or so off of breaking the bank. So we've got this pole here, which will keep the front of us out of the water, from coming out of the water. We could actually tie onto that, but it was a bit difficult to figure that one out. And at the back we have got a higher bank, but we are wondering if we ought to put our pole in case this goes up any higher. It's not raining now, it's been raining all day, and hopefully this is okay and we're good. We're not 100%. It's to show how high we're sitting. There's no point in having the fenders in now, really. And look, you can see how bad our blacking has got. Boop! There's now 3 or 4 inches of water sitting on the pavement. First day on a river, guys. Not scary at all. I slept awful last night. I did sleep, but I think I probably maybe slept about 5 hours. Not awful, not great. Got up several times, checked to see how high the water was. I know it's ridiculous because I know it would have had to have gone up about another 2 feet before we were close to being in the worry zone. Still a bit creepy though, bit unsettling. Oh, there's Gibson and Kemwright. They're who's painting our boat, who's doing the blacking. I'm honestly so confused by this marina. It's kind of gorgeous though. It's kind of fantastically interesting. It's sort of a beautiful collection of debris. There's just boats everywhere in varying states of disrepair, and it doesn't seem to be anything to stop me from just wandering around, so I am. I was actually mostly just looking for like the main reception. It's so interesting. We hope you've enjoyed this slightly wet and windy video this week. What boat would you like to have out of the field of boats? And a huge thank you to Ian and Michelle for the Buy Me a Coffee donation. It's very much appreciated. Please do chat with us in the comments and we'll see you next week. Bye bye. Boop! Hey folks, so what happened is we got to the marina and then we pretty much crashed. Because of the tide, and we're now at the marina, and they told us to moor up on this massive pole here that goes all the way up there. What that pole essentially is if, because we're on the Erewash river technically, yeah,
I'm pretty sure we're on the Saw.
Are we on the Saw?
Yeah.
I thought we were on the Erewash.
No.
We're on the Saw.
Also, when you said we pretty much crashed, that might sound like we crashed Annie.
We're tired.